An essay on the location of love. Could love be located in the soul? 17th century philosopher René Descartes declared the pineal gland the principal seat of the soul. Well, it's widely considered absurd that either love or the soul are tangible entities, but perhaps that's unjustified. I'll admit, I googled the pineal gland because hitherto its existence had escaped me. But unlike love, I had never searched for it in the first place, so perhaps that's a strike against that theory. The seat part I could maybe accept, although sitting still on one is never something I seem to be able to do when you're around. And interestingly, I did discover that the pineal gland is in fact responsible for producing melatonin, the hormone that affects the modulation of sleep-wake patterns. The sleeplessness that drags my skin wakeboarding away from my eyes in dark ripples points to insomniac tendencies. So perhaps the soul is the culprit, after all. Or are love's origins less spiritual and more logical? Could love be located in the brain? If you have to think about it first, does it still count as love? Is love something merely felt, never considered, never deliberated, never assessed? Now imagine love risk assessments and just think the pain they'd spare. But what about night upon cyclical night? Wasted brain cells over wasted memories, wasted over conversations that they've forgotten they'd even had. But you lie trembling and agonizing and contemplating a do-it-yourself home lobotomy. Or might love be palpable, less mental, more physical? Because even idiots feel love. Arguably, it's mostly idiots who feel love. So, could it be located in the flesh? Perhaps this separation of sex and romance is unnecessary. Perhaps intellectualization of love is in fact dumbing us down, misleading us. Because God knows, whenever I touch you, all I feel is molten lava coursing through each of my fingers. Hot sticky pools of sweat erupting out of pores that yearn to be encased in your gross bodily fluids in a shattering aftermath of utter noiselessness. And so many men seem to find love in their dicks, in the mindless thrumming of blood. For like love, the phallus rises and falls, but not always when it's supposed to, and sometimes when it's not wanted, but hey, that's a bit like love too, isn't it? You're not expecting it, and then bam, it hits you. And you can't control it, and it won't go down, and when it does go down, you're almost ready to recover, and then in walks another vision of love, more ravishing and parched than the last, and springboard tension returns as you plunge headfirst. Perhaps men confuse sex for love, but no, that's women, isn't it? Could love be in the stomach? Or does it exist more so in the throat? Experience informs me that it could be in both. For nervous bile rises in one and settles in the other, and even though it's obvious I'd lose in a fight, I'm somehow always thrown back in the ring. Not a participant, and definitely without gloves. Trapped in the middle, the perpetual punching bag. Is love rooted in the chest? Which holds more weight? A heart that won't shut up, or a washing machine's stomach churning with last night's dinner and nervous diarrhea? Palpitation turns to cardiac arrest. I find myself arrested by you, from you, in you. But your kiss won't restart my heart, because although my blood's not royal, I drown in pools of blue, and you have long run off with somebody else.